Well, good afternoon. This is Jim Whitehead of All Power Group and Phoenix Animal. I have two channels. The other one is Coffee News. I love coffee, but my first love, honestly, are the animals of the world. Everyone. Anyway, today we're going to talk about Whiskers and Rusty, who became the best of friends. And, I know you're going to say it's not uncommon for animals of different persuasion become very good friends. But it isn't always what we would say an immediate attraction. So let's talk about how they became the best of friends. Whiskers and Rusty. There you see Whiskers, a small gray cat with emerald eyes and a personality far bigger than her size. She lived on the edge of a quiet little town, spending her days sunning herself on fences and pretending not to care about anything or anyone. Okay. That changed the day Rusty arrived. Now there's Rusty. As you know, all dogs generally are wonderful, beautiful. Golden retrievers are, yes, they're on the top of the list as being pretty darn good animals, wonderful animals, pretty animals. But anyway, unfortunately for Whiskers, when Rusty moved in next door. Now there you see Rusty was a big golden retriever with a wagging tail and the kind of enthusiasm that made Whiskers twitch in disapproval. So you can see it didn't start out as a good relationship. He moved into the house next door with a family that adored him. Instantly, the first time he saw Whiskers, he bounded right up to her. And there you see Whiskers is on the fence. We've heard that on the fence before. But anyway, he went right up to her, tongue out and tail spitting like a windmill. Hi, I'm Rusty. Want to play? Whiskers arched her back, hissed, and declared him hopeless. I love it when, we put in where we know what they're thinking. Well, they know what we're thinking, one or the other. Anyway, but Rusty didn't give up. Every day, as you can see, he'd drop one of his toys near her fence. So, animals love toys. My little Jamie, she's a 10-year-old Shih Tzu and she's wonderful. She has a lot of toys. And the minute either my wife or I walk in to the room or come in from the outside, she goes gets her toys. So if we took all the toys away, she wouldn't be happy. So anyway, you can tell Rusty is saying, hey, I'm willing to be your friend, but I'm going to give you toys to persuade you. Anyway, sometimes he would bring a ball, sometimes a stick. Once even his favorite squeaky bone Whiskers pretended not to notice, but secretly she did. Then one day, there was a stormy night. Rusty's family left him in the yard while they went out, and the wind grew wild. A fallen branch crashed against the fence, pinning Rusty's paw. He whimpered in pain. Poor thing. From her warm spot on the porch, Whiskers heard him, but for a moment she hesitated. Cats weren't supposed to care about dogs after all, but then she leapt into the rain. She clawed and pushed at the heavy branch until Rusty could pull free. Now, if that isn't a wonderful friend to come to someone else's aid, and especially a cat with a dog. Anyway, they just grew friendlier and friendlier and friendlier. And even to the extent that Rusty would have Whiskers on his back and they'd walk around the neighborhood. Now, after that night, they were inseparable. Whiskers rode on Rusty's back, as you just saw, during their morning walks, and Rusty guarded her fiercely from the neighborhood crows. People laughed to see such an odd pair, cat and a dog, side by side, but Whiskers didn't mind. She'd found something rare. A friend who didn't care about rules or species or pride. Just love. You know, when I do these animal presentations, yes, I look for things that generally, hopefully, will make you happy. And because it makes me happy, because I feel we're all in this world together. And it is a lot better of an idea to be friends than enemies. Anyway, I want to thank you for being here. Subscribe if you're able to. And just remember, as much as I do these happy presentations, and generally even my coffee presentations are supposed to be happy or at least educational, I know the world, we're having some issues right now. And I am not oblivious to recognizing a lot of the big problems we're having. So if we can look at my presentations as not being in fantasy land, but being in where we try to bring something happy and fun. That said, be well, stay well, and I honestly believe that we are going to have better days. And I pray for that every day, every night. But anyway, I want to thank you very, very much for being with me today and meeting Rusty and Whiskers. Thank you very much.